Hello, Dr. Reed. This is Caleb. And this week you asked us to describe 3 techniques that can help improve clarity into our writing. So in this is the revising stage of the 3x3 writing process. So this is towards the end, and we're looking at how we can best communicate our message, and we're looking back onto our writing to make sure that it's clear and that we can make it really understood to our audience. So I'm going to go through 3 techniques today. There are multiple techniques that you can use, but the 3 that I'm going to use are keep it short and simple, dropping cliches, and then controlling exuberance. So to describe these 3, I'm going to use a whiteboard. And right now you can see that I pulled up the short and simple. And here I have an example of a really wordy message that is trying to be communicated when really it could be simplified into one simple sentence. And so I'm just going to go ahead and read it off and then show how this second sentence down here is much better than the 2 up here. And so for this example, I did steal it from one of the worksheets in class that we went through. So I didn't come up with this one on my own. I didn't want to take the credit for it. But this one really exemplifies keeping it short and simple. So the first sentence says, "For some time, our management team has been thinking about hiring several interns." And then the second one following, "We have decided to offer compensation to the interns in our internship program." And so really there are words in here that aren't needed. There's some redundancies here. There's some weird introductions that really don't need to be here at all. And down here, I showed how we can simplify these 2 wordy sentences into one very simple sentence that makes the message so much more clear. This sentence says, "The management team has decided to hire paid interns." So everything that's being communicated here is being communicated here as well, but it's much easier to understand. And we don't need words like compensation. We know that that's going to be paid. We don't need long "for some times" in there, because really we just want them to know that the management team has decided that we're going to hire paid interns. That's all that needs to be communicated here. So that would be the first improvement to bringing clarity to our writing. Now the next 2 improvements or techniques that we can use are going to be dropping cliches and controlling exuberance. So here's the whiteboard again, and pulled up I have the dropping cliches. Now this one's really simple, and it's just dropping words that are really wordy and that things people commonly say that really we don't need to communicate them at all. So things like last but not least, we can really just say finally, or we could say lastly, and it's not going to hurt anybody's feelings if you don't include but not least. So just really saying finally or lastly communicates the message best. And then so jumping down here to the last technique that I'm going to discuss today, we have controlling exuberance. And so here I have the little sentence of, "They are actually quite certain the proposal will work." And so it's a small sentence, but there are words in here that we don't really need. So actually and quite, they really bring exuberance and things into the message that really it'd be simpler if we just exit them out. So marking these 2 out, we have, "They are certain the proposal will work." And that makes the message much more clear. And so I hope that discussing these 3 techniques will bring clarity to my writing and will help me understand how to best communicate messages. So thank you.